Hi Vixens, John here. I'm the photographer here at Foxley Photography. I'm just recording a video today, firstly as an opportunity to jump into the group. We've had lots of new members and say hi and introduce myself. But mainly I want to talk to you about fear and self-doubt, and also to share a couple of quotes with you that I've read recently whilst doing a little bit of reading about confidence, fear, self-doubt and that kind of thing. So the first quote I want to share with you is that fear is educated into us and it can be educated out of us. That's definitely true. There's so many times in my life, and I'm sure in many people's, where you've been too scared to do something and eventually you've built up the courage, you've done it, and it was nowhere near as bad as you thought it was going to be. It wasn't as scary, and actually it ended up being a big positive in your life. I know that's definitely true for me of house moves. Years ago I moved to Sicily, and I went and lived there for 4.5 months, and no doubt that was terrifying. But there's also no doubt that I'm so pleased that I did that and had that experience. So some things are scary, and we have to learn and educate the fear out of us to realise that they weren't that scary. So one of the fears that we hear from people is, what if I look stupid, or if I make a fool of myself? Now, there's only going to be 2 people who will make fools of themselves during your boudoir photo shoot, and that is myself and Danielle. We will undoubtedly make fools of ourselves at some point by modelling up left and right, calling an arm a leg, doing all sorts of silly things. Anyone who's been for a shoot with us will know that there's going to be a lot of laughter, but it will never be at anybody else's expense other than ours. We do have fun in the studio, there will be lots of giggles, but it will never be at your expense. Another concern we hear is, I'm not confident enough. And there's another quote that I read, which is, confidence is preparation, everything else is out of your control. And I liked that quote because it's definitely true that when we're prepared to do something, we feel more confident about it. And that's where we come in. When you book a boudoir shoot with us, we help you be as prepared as you possibly can be. We send you our style guide, which has loads of information and advice in how to prepare for your shoot. And Danielle is always on hand to offer advice, even help you with online shopping and send you links to items that we know will flatter your shape or your size. If you need that advice and if you want it, it's there and it's freely given as soon as you've booked your shoot. What will other people think? Now that's another fear people have, and whilst it's definitely true that some people don't understand what boudoir photography is about, and you might hear things like, well, why do you want to do that? Why do you need to do that? Ultimately, a boudoir photo shoot isn't about other people. It's not about what other people think. It's about how you feel and how you perceive yourself, and building your confidence. The audience for these pictures is yourself. So it's about building the confidence for yourself and having pictures of yourself where you can say, actually, I do look beautiful. And when people understand that, then you'll find that you'll get total acceptance. I had a lady come in today and collect her photos, and she said to me, she says, I shared some of my pictures on my Facebook profile, and I was really worried about doing it and how people would react. And she said she has had messages, voicemails and phone calls from people she hasn't seen in years, people she works with, saying, oh my God, they're amazing. I thought they were something out of a magazine. So you'll find that when people see the pictures, even people who don't really understand what it's about, they will be totally supportive. And ultimately, it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. Boudoir is about you, and that's the most important thing, and that is all that matters. So another concern that we hear is, what if I don't like my photos? Because there's often a nagging doubt in people that, look at all these other beautiful women, what if my photos don't come out like that? What if I'm the person it doesn't work for? And that isn't ever going to be the case, because we adapt everything we do to your age, shape, size, manoeuvrability. Everybody moves differently, so we tweak all of what we do to make sure it's appropriate for you. We're confident that you never have to worry about not liking any of your photos, so you have to put an element of trust with us really for that. It's a leap of faith. We know that you'll love your photos. But the other nice thing about the way we structure our business and the booking a photo shoot with us is there's no minimum order. When you come back to view your pictures, usually a few days later, maybe a week later, you only buy the pictures you love. So if there's only 3 photos you love, you can just have them and forget the rest of them. You are going to be spoilt for choice though. We normally show somewhere around 60 photos, so there's going to be a lot of beautiful photos. But how many you decide that you want is up to you. I don't know how to pose like that. So that's something that we do hear a lot. And the important thing to remember is most people don't know how to pose. Unless you're Kate Moss, you probably don't know how to pose. But we do know how to pose you. So that's where we come in again. So we will literally direct you throughout the shoot every step of the way. We will show you how to pose from the tips of your fingers to the tips of your toes. And that's not even an exaggeration. So we make it easy for you because most of the time we just demonstrate the poses for you. So we will get on the floor and demonstrate what you need to do. And all you have to do is copy us. And then we're on hand to say, just relax your fingers a bit there, bring your shoulder around a little bit, that kind of thing. So we will direct everything. We will tell you where to look, how to look, what direction to look in. And we will basically explain everything. So you will never be left to pose by yourself. You never need to worry about that. There's one other quote that I want to share with you today, and that is from Rudyard Kipling, actually. Of all the liars in the world, sometimes our own fear is the worst. And that's definitely true, because whenever you think of doing something, there's often a little voice in the back of your head here saying, you can't do that, you won't be able to do that. That's self-doubt and that fear. Usually, there's a little voice on this side as well saying, yeah, you can, give it a go. And it is hard, but what we need to do is make sure we flick that one away and listen to this one, because you're always better to try something than not. You don't want to be the person who's looking back 10 years from now saying, I wish I'd done it 10 years ago. You want to be the person who does it now and in 10 years' time goes, I'm going to do it again. That is, always a better way to be. It's always better to take action and, make progress and do things that are for yourself to help you overcome fear and silence that annoying voice on this side. We've had amazing shoots this month. We've had so much fun, so many amazing vixens. I hope you've been enjoying their stories and their photos that we've posted, and I hope to see you at the studio soon. All right, take care. Bye.